Hello. A few months ago, I got in over my head. I had invited some friends over for a dinner party and figured this would be a good opportunity to show off my culinary prowess. Confident that I could find everything I needed online, I grabbed my iPod, pulled up some recipes and a few tutorials for the trickier bits, and thought to myself, what could go wrong? But with only a few hours left before the guests arrived, and smoke beginning to billow from the oven, I found myself standing there, with salmonella-laden fingers, frantically tapping at the screen, trying desperately to figure out how I was going to save this meal. Over the last number of years, we have seen the rise in a plethora of tools for discovering and consuming educational content. All too often, however, the technology we use to access this content falls short when our needs go beyond the boundaries of our screens. Hello, my name is Tyler Davidson, and I'm here to present Unveil, a projection-based augmented reality educational platform for skills off the screen. I like to think of it as the instruction manual for the world. Never before in the course of human history has learning been so easy. With nothing more than an internet connection and the devices in our pockets, we have unfettered access to more information than can be consumed in 1 or even 10 lifetimes. While the technology we use today is quite good at placing vast amounts of knowledge at our fingertips, it's rather clunky at extending that power to our interactions with physical objects and spaces. Part of the problem lies in the form factor of the devices themselves, as they create a barrier, and in some cases a literal piece of glass between us and our surroundings. This is especially problematic for learning experiences requiring the use of 2 hands, physical objects, especially when richly choreographed sequential tasks are involved, as well as those involving more than one person. Today, the solution to this problem include following along with tutorial sites such as iFixit for technology repairs, or YouTube videos for pretty much everything else. While these are certainly powerful tools to have at our disposal, they often result in a mediated experience between the interfaces and the task at hand. But what if, rather than constraining these interactions to the rigid rectangles of our devices, they could escape the orthogonal confines and exist out here, in the world with us? Through a combination of video projection and motion sensing technology, Unveil transforms ordinary surfaces and objects into tangible educational interfaces, formatted to fit and complement the specific activity of users and their physical surroundings, giving us the power to learn anything, anywhere. Throughout the course of my experimentation, one use case that I found was particularly well suited to this technology was teaching people how to make cocktails. And here I'd like to show you the first application prototype for the Unveil system. Aside from providing me with ample ranks of eager user test subjects, as well as a much needed escape from the stress and darkness of thesis, the act of making cocktails is an activity richly steeped in experience. One sip of a well-made drink can transport you to another place in time entirely. And so in addition to teaching users the appropriate sequencing of making a proper drink, I wanted the system to have a way to also help users how to decide what to make. Another benefit of this platform is that through object recognition, it allows for a more experiential and improvisational approach to learning. You can see here as the user places objects on the table, the application intelligently updates its filtering system, giving them the ability to play around with various ingredients and explore a much wider range of possibilities. The bar application itself is only a start, however, a means to an end, if you will, allowing me to experiment with this technology. But you can easily see how the platform can expand to include a multitude of other use cases. By contextualizing targeted information, the Unveil platform is particularly well suited to guide users with confidence through complex processes, such as fixing a piece of electronics, or finally learning how to use the French press sitting in your cabinet. And maybe one day, if the technology gets good enough, learning how to put together IKEA furniture. While this iteration of the platform is intended for use in our homes, pushed even further, it would not be that far to imagine it as a part of a factory floor, enabling workers to cut training time to a minimum. While Unveil could certainly lead us to a future in which we do away with user manuals for good, the platform also hints at a possibility of a future in which we could put down our devices once and for all, one in which the interfaces we use to interact with the digital world were inseparable from our palpable environments. Thank you.